Hey, what is up, everybody? This is your boy AJTRIP, and welcome to the rap reaction of Halloween Havoc NXT 2025. Real good stuff on this show. A lot of things happened. Things were good, things were bad. But otherwise, it was all in all a good show. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Let's start off with the bad part of the show. The tag match between Javon and then Javon and Leon Slater wrestling with Mr. Iguana and Alan Parker. And listen, if Mr. Iguana wasn't doing all of that stupid shit, this would have been a very fine, even something that was more entertaining or whatever. But he brings in that food, and then they play along with it. Just absolute garbage and trash. And so I deducted at least a full star off of this match because of all that bullshit that was going on in between. It was awful, absolute awful. And there are times when they're just standing around doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. Like fucking wrestle. What are you doing? Thank God Leon and Javon won. But this was awful. This should have been a 4-star match. This was a 3-star match. Next was the North American Championship. This was the men's North American Championship. We got Ethan Page taking on Dr. El Hio Wagner Jr. Uh, but this was this is a Day of the Dead match, which is basically a whole nother way of saying no rules. They really Wrestling really needs to find different ways to finish the match, different ways to do the match. Now, I had one point had come up with something where a street fight had one certain moves, no holds barred had a certain rules, extreme rules had a certain type of stipulation or rules or and everything like that. But I don't know. I forgot or didn't write them down, so I forgot them. But that's what needs to happen because it's just street fight, same as a no holds barred match, same as elimination, extreme rules match, same thing as a Day of the Dead match, same thing as broken rules match. So it's kind of just a different way to say, bloodline rules, same thing. So, um, yeah, the match was very good, very entertaining. At one point, something happened with Page, and he got busted open, and he was bleeding in the match. I was wondering where that had came from. Um, but yeah, good match. At one point, Ethan rips the mask from Hio de Wagner, and you could kind of see his face, and he was shaking as if it was like I've all had I can stand, so I can't stand no more. Those type of things, and we went after him. Very interesting match. It was a good match. It finished with a Eagles edge onto a trash can 1, 2, 3, and Ethan Page retains the North American Championship. I give it 4.5 stars. I thought this match was really, really good. I really did. Really, really, really good. Next was the women's North American Championship match between Zaria and Blake Monroe. Zaria was filling in for the um, injured Soruka. And like I said, like on the prediction show, I'm not sure. Like to me, I would have thought that if So Ruka, ooh, excuse me, if So Ruka was hurt as badly as like Seth or something like that, they would have had her, do the title, vacate the title. But since she like had her Zarya do it, I think I think she's gonna be okay. I really do. So Zarya and Blake Monroe had a very nice match. I think the finish was pretty interesting. While Zarya was chasing Blake Monroe, Blake either by accident or by accident, which means intentional, knocked the crutch away from Ruka, which knocked her down. Zarya went outside the ring to check on her. That cost her dearly because she got hit with the Glamour DDT on the outside, then the Glamour DDT in the ring. 1, 2, 3. New North American champion Blake Monroe. And now this also furthers the divide between Sol Ruka and Zarya. Um, I give it three and a quarter star. Very, a very nice match. Next was the women's title between JC Jane and Tatum Paxley. Really good stuff here. Tatum was um like giving it to her and giving her a taste on medicine. But then when they get to the outside, they got all jumbled up. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, get all tumbled up, and she went to the thing. She got caught under the ring and then got slingshotted into the metal grating. So she was selling that. And at one point, all of the people on the outside, the three members of the Culling, and the two members of the of Fair Influence get put those to the back. So then it was 1-on-1. Tatum Paxley was getting it, and she was really dollar. And then Tatum Paxley hit the rolling cover or whatever Jason Jane calls it, the discus elbow, which is top rope hit a frog splash. 1, 2, great near fall. It was just amazing. Then all of a sudden, the members of the Culling come back out, but it's just the two guys, Nico and I want to call him Steve. It's not Steve. It's it's the guy who was Ty Dillinger. Can't remember his real name for shit now. I don't know. But he came back and then the other girls came out and jumped on him. And then Izzy Dane came from the other side, grabbed the title belt, got in the ring, and as it looked like she was going to hit Tatum, Tatum ducked, and then and then the discus forearm got hit by Lacey onto Izzy, and then that caused Tatum the distraction to hit the concrete driver or something like that. I can't remember the name of these moves. I am so getting old. Wow. Um, she hit her finish 1, 2, 3 and becomes the new women's champion. It's amazing, but I don't see this going on for very long. I think the next couple of weeks we're gonna get the turn from Izzy onto Tatum, and then we're gonna get the next week to get the match between Izzy and Tatum, where Izzy will win and she'll become the um new women's championship. New women's champion. I kind of think that's the way they're going. Like I mentioned on the thing, they're gonna do the transition champion stuff. They're gonna do it, but with heel babyface to heel, not babyface to heel to babyface. So there you have it. Um, but yeah, it was a really good match. Well done by um both Lacey and no Lacey JC and Tatum. I give it 4 stars. In a broken rules match for the NXT tag titles, Broken Matt Hardy and Brother Nero, which at one point I just swore I heard Booker T say Brother Leroy, which 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 would have actually been a fun ass name for for Jeff, Brother Leroy. That would have been amazing. But Booker T is just Booker T has been on an effing roll. He just had from the Stephanie Ventura stuff to the thing where on TV he says I gotta pop my neck, and people think he's saying he gotta pop something else. To just everything. So it's just he's the most fun announcer on television, even though he doesn't do shit for any type of any type of analysis whatsoever. But what the hell? What the hell? What the hell? Woo. Oh, that's amazing. But yeah, so it was Dark State and against the Broken Hardys. And for a while there, the Broken Hardys it was 4-2. But the Broken Hardys took care of Sugars and Cutler, so it was just down to Osiris and some Linux, and they were doing their stuff, and they were doing their stuff. And at one point, they bring in the super foot tall ladder, and they put Osiris. They set up 2 tables under it, and they put Osiris on one table, and then they're gonna have Jeff Hardy just fall off onto Osiris. But Osiris moves, he goes to the tables, and that's pretty much the end. Because Hardy put up a valiant effort by himself, but then they hung Matt Hardy up in a tree of woe, and they did a doomsday device off a ladder to Jeff through a table, and they won 1, 2, 3. Dark State retains the championship, as you probably thought it was, because it was just going to be a short one for NXT because none of the Hardy Boys have won the tag titles in everywhere they've been. So that's a really good thing. Jeff is 48. Matt is 51. And they are diving through tables as if they are half those ages. They've got to stop at some point, right? You just can't keep doing this. But I will say is it was a fantastic match. I enjoyed it. Thought it was a I thought it was some great storytelling in this it just wasn't a match full of furniture things, but there was a lot of storytelling and psychology in this match, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. 4.5 stars for this match. And for the NXT title, it was what the hell his name is, Ricky State taking on um Trick Williams. There was something off about this match. There just wasn't. They see everything. It seems went off from the beginning. And everybody's allowed to have a bad night, and listen, their bad night was I gave it 3.25 star. So their bad night ended up in a 3.25 star match. They was probably going trying to get that 4 star classic, or maybe a little bit more than that as well, but it just didn't seem to get off on the right foot to start correctly. At one point, Trick Williams went outside to clear up the table. He didn't clear it off. He was just moving shit around. as if just he was moving on in the table. I don't know. This didn't seem right. But Ricky Sings hit the DDT or spinning off the ropes for the cover. 1, 2, 3, and he retains the championship. So we'll have to wait and see. Like I said, I give it 3 1/4 star. All right, folks, that is it for this episode of the Rebel Reaction. Oh no, I think again, Halloween Havoc was a good show. We got one more NXT show, and that's Deadline. And we're gonna have Deadline, and then our next show is our next premium live event is Survivor Series War Games, hailing from San Diego, um, in late November. Next week there is um, next week there is um, Saturday night's main event. I don't do predictions for Saturday night main event, and I don't do rapid reactions. Um, Having said that, if there's a possibility that something could go down next week that would cause me to do a rapid reaction, I don't know, but there are a couple of things in my head that would say, well, listen, if this happens, we got to come on and talk about it, right? We got to do that. And don't forget, it's only on Peacock. It's no longer on NBC. It's only on Peacock. So that should be very interesting. Let's see what they do with the commercials and everything like that. All right, y'all. That is it for this episode of our reaction. Thank you guys so much for watching. Push the comments down below. Tell me what you guys think. Let me know what you guys felt about the matches. Give me your star ratings. And let me know what you think about everything that went down tonight on Halloween Havoc. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. This is your boy, AJTRIP, signing off. As always, be good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there. And I am out.